What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the channel. Will the market boom or bust in the next 5 months? That is the question. Meanwhile, Trump is saying that it's going to be fine with China. Possible meeting with Xi, and let's see what's going to happen with the tension. And by the way, we also had OpenAI, Broadcom, custom chip, and AVAX search. We're going to talk about all of this, but before we get rolling, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. We have a guest today. She is currently on my keyboard trying to take it. Okay, let's see. Good morning, everyone. All right, Joel finally made it to the stream. Well, that's absolutely amazing. Who else is here? King Tony, Abbas, Mr. Blake, Trevor, Monkey Van, Lucian, and Stanimir Hubert as well. Good morning, everyone. All right, so we're not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna jump straight in here. Hello, Ken. Hold on, let's start the sharing. All right, cool. So you guys, you know what's good. You need to restart the chat box immediately while I fix all of my screens over here. All of the screens. And yeah, the star of the show. Well, basically, we all know that after threatening 100% tariffs on China, Friday, Trump just went and said that it will be fine. The US wants to help China, basically. So obviously that helped to reverse the risk-off sentiment a little bit, not majorly, a little bit. So still yesterday on that message, we had major, indexes bounced a little bit. We had the down 587 points, S&P 500, 102, NASDAQ 490 points, Russell, still 2% up. It was not too bad. So yeah, basically advanced versus declining. As you can see, more advanced issues than declining yesterday. Well, that was all based on the softer rhetoric that we saw, and obviously, lowers the immediate trade war risk. And that is going to obviously mean that some sort of relief rally in the tech, especially, occurs, right? But the problem with all this is that we have still the big geopolitical stuff in play. The meeting between Trump and Xi is still floating. So you guys, you need to think of it like that. The headline risk still remains high. So for us traders, what does that mean? Well, the threat is going to be there, and with respect of what's going to happen in terms of the talks, right? So we need to be very much aware of that. The other interesting news that I stumbled upon is that we still have the AI boom on the watch over here. Basically, OpenAI partnered with Broadcom to produce its own AI chips on that. AVGO popped 9% yesterday. So yeah, they unveiled the partnership over here with Broadcom, and that basically, like I said, it's going to mean that they're going to be having their own custom AI processing chips. And of course, that is adding to the earlier NVIDIA AMD tie-ups. If you remember, we were speaking about these news earlier. So yeah, of course, Broadcom shares jumped on that 9% yesterday, which was crazy. Now, this is important for us because it still confirms the secular AI spend story, right? We have CapEx visibility for the chip makers and networking. So yeah, that's kind of a positive read-through on the AI supply chain. Think of it also as well like switches, optic, packagings, like all of that in terms of AI supply chain. For traders, like I said, AVGO is a thing that often is going to have an effect into also NVIDIA momentum. So yeah, that's important to note. What else happened as well? Well, of course, gold hit another all-time high. Well, still it just keeps happening and will continue to happen. Yeah, so basically it's all because they're still positive on the rate cuts happening, and they're betting on that. Silver rallies as well. So yeah, everyone is raising their bets on gold, and actually a lot of the A lot of the analysts are saying that by 2026 gold might hit $5,000, and they're targeting also for silver over $65, which is insane, you guys. So of course it still plays into the story of the safe haven bit. Plus the lower rate expectations is very good headwind for metals, minerals, whatever. For us crypto traders, though, the thing about gold is, right, for us, when the gold is strong, based on macro stress, the way that can coexist with crypto means that crypto is probably going to be choppy, right? We're looking for choppy BTC if gold is rising on the basis of macro stress. That's very very important. So again, for Bitcoin, yeah, we had some sort of a correction, but is it a trend reversal? That is the big question after the huge liquidation shock tied to the tariff announcement. So yeah, let's see if that is going to rebound, if the things are going to slow down. Now, see, the thing is that Bitcoin is currently confirmed as a risk-sensitive asset, right? If this is going to work like that, Bitcoin, it is definitely having the behavior of a risk-sensitive asset. So if we're having a hawkish trade headlines, you guys, we should be expecting some sort of a sell-off. And if we're looking at any de-escalation, of course, we're looking for a bounce. So in that sense, the positioning needs to be very careful, and we need to be watching for any further US-China updates, to be fair. In terms of volatility in the market yesterday, the thing is that the volatility dropped actually over 10%, I think around 12%. So that's the thing, that we had a spike after we had that spike into the Friday sell-off. But when you think about it, when you have a big single VIX drop day like that, it's just, you can expect that, depending on the headlines, it's going to be even more sensitive. So yeah, all we can do is look into the major key levels for fade scenarios or continuation, if you see what I mean. Another thing to expect today, actually, we do have Fed Jeremy Powell speaking. I think at 12:20 p.m. that's Eastern time. So today, is it going to be another speech just like we had the other day? Is it going to be the same, just like pre-recorded speech, or is he actually going to have any commenting on the economy and policy, right? So we need to be looking for any hints on the cuts, any hints on the balance sheets. This is what we'll be looking for, but it's not confirmed. It might be just another recorded speech, just like we had last time, which was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. But let's see what's going to happen. Okay, our guest is back. Oh God, VIX jumped again this morning. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, you guys definitely don't forget to hit the like button. I can see we have around 40 people right now. Yesterday we topped almost 80 people live. So let's see if we can top that today. It's going to be quite insane. But you guys, the way you can help this stream so we can get more people is just share the link with anyone that you know, or maybe share it on X as well. That way we can get it. Good morning, Wooji. We have some new people here as well. It's lovely to see. All right, everyone. So here we are. Our usual start of the day is with Bitcoin. Okay, amazing. So first things first, we're gonna just paint a picture over here, right? So we have the true month open at around 115, or to be more precise, 114,876, and then we have the true week open at 115,650. Now, this is a sell scenario, to be honest. The way I was expecting it is for the sell-off to happen in the Monday evening, but that didn't happen really. So the sell happened rather after. That is still okay. On the day sort of time frame, it is still possible that we're gonna get any sort of bounces, but because we got the drop the way we got it, for me, the more possible scenario is right now that Bitcoin is trying to enter into some sort of range. and if this range really happens, we all know that I'm expecting for the next 5 months for us to have a bullish price action. So for that reason, it's never going to be one way up, right? So the way these markets work is usually what's going to happen after a big drop like that, price tends to range, right? Price tends to range. How big the range is going to be, we're just about to find out. But for today, in my opinion, the range shouldn't extend any further than probably right now, right? Probably around 112K. Today, we might see a bounce back. If we see it right now, I wouldn't expect for price to trade really above 116K. I would not expect that. And in case we continue further down, again, I'll be expecting for price to bounce back from the following daily support and then retrace maximum to the true week open, which is around 115.6. So I'm not expecting for price to rebound completely today. There is little to no chance for that currently at the moment, the way we've opened the week. In a weak, very weak position. So I'll be watching for that. Of course, we need to mark that we did have the bullish engulfing candle happening on Sunday. It is very nice that it happened. It's kind of supportive of levels, but honestly, if we lose the 110K, it's going to be a little bit tricky. I know that we have the retest of the wick down here, so that's a possibility for still to occur for Bitcoin, but I would rather have it as a wick once again if it does happen, right? So it's going to be very, very imperative for price to keep closing, for traders to keep defending 110K, because if we lose 110K with a body close on a daily, that is going to be very, very sus for me. You guys, make sure to like the video. If you're new here, check the description box for all the links on how to join Discord and everything. It's very simple on how you can do it and how you can claim your VIP access as well, which is very simple to do. So yeah, that's for Bitcoin, and that's what I wanted to tell you, the major stuff, right? Another important thing to note is that right, just like we said yesterday, July was for the range, right? July was for the massive range over here, as you can see, price bouncing back from highs to lows, whatever. And now we're entering, we're officially into the following quarter, right? So this is the final quarter of the year, Q4. So the thing also about this move over here, as you can see, right, it is quite a reversal move. So this is clearly a reversal move. So the way we can start the quarter here is in 3 ways. Let me explain to you how this can play out. So, right, the scenarios are the following. We either get a reversal again. We can start with a reversal, right? You start with a reversal and then you expect a range, right? And then you expect for price to manipulate and then for price to continue. Scenario number 2 would be for price to continue this move, right? Continue this move, create a range, manipulate, and then reverse, right? Unlikely scenario, but still on the table. And then the scenario that I'm most fond of right now is that price ranges right here. It ranges, it manipulates, and then it reverses. So that's kind of a scenario that I'm looking not for a 1 week type of play. This is going to be over few weeks extension, right? So if you just joined, make sure to go back in the video and in the last minute or 2 and watch that, rewatch it several times, so you kind of get an understanding of what I'm trying to explain here. So that's pretty much for Bitcoin. And like I said, today my expectations for the chart is to reverse, to create some sort of a range, and for price to rebounce in case we rebounds up, to reject again from around 115.6. I don't see price extending more than that. So it looks like it's going to be a ranging situation. All right. Ethereum. Now for ETH, the current situation is also similar. The thing about ETH is that was kind of gracious. So if you were up when the day opened at around exactly 12 o'clock Eastern time, you would have been able to catch that short over here. So again, massive bullish engulfing candle, very nice to see, right? But in this scenario, just like we spoke yesterday, you're really playing the fact that on a daily time frame, ETH is only going to confirm its bullish momentum when we see a body close above 4,500, right? So before the 4,500, you are essentially trying to catch the bottom at this point. So that can prove to be very tricky, because this is not essentially proven to be the bottom, right? So I've marked here the V-shape recovery retest, the wick retest. So all of these areas down here are quite possible for a direct extension up, by the way. Direct extension up, maybe again some sort of a range, but once we reach these levels on Ethereum, I'm a little bit more willing to take risks and be like, okay, maybe this is the final retest. The reason being is that it should become stronger than Bitcoin very, very soon. And of course, if these entries fail, then I will continue to be looking into the daily support at 3,500 and 3,364, but that's obviously in the worst case scenario for ETH, right? For ETH. Let's look on the 4-hour time frame right now. Open the indicator, the sweep signal. So as you can see, even the sweep signal is starting to show a little bit of strength over here. So we have the sweep of the fractal candle. When we have that, and when we have a bullish close after that, it is most likely that price is going to retest to the upside again. But yeah, one more thing, that if it happens right now, and if anyone is brave enough to start buying from here, yes, you guys, make sure to smash the like button. If anyone is like convinced and starts buying on here, again, I'll be very, very wary at around the retest of the true week open, which is at around 4,257, right? Because price might rebound from there. So we need to be very, very careful this week in general. This week, the bearish scenario is going to be prevailing unless we, in my opinion, come back all the way down and retest at least the V-shape on Ethereum, right? If we retest the V-shape, then I'm a little bit more leaning towards taking risks. But if we don't, not really, if that makes sense. So I still might long, but I will be very careful. All right. Solana, it's already trying to show some sort of strength. Currently is holding a 4-hour support that was created back in September 2025, right? So that's beginning of September 2025. We're trying to defend a level, of a buy zone. All of this breaker block from way before, we're still trying to defend it, and also clear support. As you can see, that price rebounded from 25th of September, and then now again we're trying to defend it. So this is still an area to be careful with. But again, Solana, to be fair, it's still like an unknown territory before we start trading above like $220. Anything below 200, even more, 221, it's still a risk zone. So essentially you're trying to catch a bottom that is not in a way confirmed to a higher extent. Okay, so we're playing it week by week, day by day, because the way the week opened is not the most ideal way of opening. So if we look at and this is the total 3, I think it is very, very important to note that the total 3 over here is definitely trying to protect levels, right? It is definitely trying to protect levels. You can see that the bounce is coming from levels of protection. Also here we had a level from May, right? Level of back in May that the wick extended to and completely rejected. And then we have, I think this is a weekly level, if I'm not mistaken, over here. Or is it a daily level? Yes, it's a daily level at the 951 over here. So that daily level is very important. Price is closing above, and then you have another one from 20th of August where price is completely trying to support. So this is looking very, very positive in my opinion. Retests are absolutely on the table, right? Retests are on the table. So like that, or even down back to the major daily support over here. The thing that we don't want to see is over here, let's mark it together, a retest of this daily level right before the wick into a buy zone that I have marked that we've never actually tapped in a way. So this is the danger, and this is what we need to be wary of if we start getting another massive liquidation, right? Okay, you guys. So the crazy thing is, I don't know if you saw SNX. This coin actually completely exploded, right, in the last few days. It did like almost 200%, 180%. So that's nuts. But again, I want you to see clearly where that happens, straight into the liquidation level. So this coin for me is from now on a coin of interest that I want to watch. So yeah, the liquidity was down here, the level was down here that I've marked. I didn't do this marking today. I opened the chart and this marking was already there. So that happened and the price exploded 200%. So here is the level. Let's make it a little bit more precise. 0.548. Massive level, actually a double level, one over here and one from April 2025. And then if we extend, we can clearly see that this coin has a lot of potential to run up to like $3.7 at the very least, right? At the very least. And then we have another potential up to $8. So even though it's a very, very bearish chart, honestly, this is a coin of interest because let's see how much we can potentially gain from that, even from now. That's another 330%, so not bad at all. It definitely becomes an area of interest for me. Going back to BNB, what can I say? After the drop, another all-time high. This thing is just not going to stop. The V-shaped recovery, the way it looks like right now, to be fair, it doesn't look that bad at all. So yeah, you know, you are trading into a fair value gap right now, so you could potentially place some bids, but in my opinion, if everything starts to exhaust a little bit more for this, I'll be also looking at around what is that, $1,070 for a rebound. Okay, so let's just keep that marking over here and wait for market to exhaust a little bit more this week. BNB is the greatest investment one can make. I can't agree more, Wizard Vault. I can't agree more. Honestly, it's been my favorite coin so far. And yeah, I think it's still going to perform very, very well. I think nothing is stopping it, at least 1,500, and I think it's going to run even more. But yeah, these are the main ones that I'm going to watch. You guys, make sure to pop your coin requests so we can review them together. Aster, what can I tell you? It did reach our buy zone. I did discuss it yesterday. Today, I'm going to quickly just remind you again what we were talking about. Aster is basically that all of these lows over here were very suspicious for me, right? This one was already taken, doesn't matter. So we were basically looking at this one, like all of these lows. After, you know, an imbalance like that, into a new coin for me are usually, you know, suspicious. So I did expect some sort of a drop down to this area. I had no idea that we're going to have such a clear price action on Aster. So it's actually one that I like, because essentially this is going to be the same color, so maybe let's use this. Essentially, this was a very, very brilliant buy for anyone that you know, that had the guts to do it, right? This was basically the ultimate order block retest for price to reject from. So yeah, very, very beautiful, closing above the fair value gap. So for me, this is defended again, just like all the other alts. We have a bullish engulfing on the daily, quite nice, right? So the thing that we need to be aware of is what happens to the US indices, right? What happens to the US indices? So for anyone that doesn't really understand the candlestick patterns over here, well, it's actually quite simple, right? You have this massive bearish candle, and then you open the market with an inside, I think this is a bullish haram candle, if I'm not wrong. Bullish inside. Yes, Wizard of Alt, by the way, is sharing so many gems and so much knowledge. I want to say insider knowledge, but I want to put Wiz Alt on, you know, over here. I don't want to, you know, dox him or anything, but you guys, honestly, major information on a lot of coins. You guys need to join Discord because we're very lucky to have Wizard of Alt and multiple traders here with us. So let me just come and show you how you can do that real quick, because
with military training?
apparently I have to do it. I don't know. Apparently people don't know how to do it. All right, so we have 35 likes and over 65 people here. So we need to have at least another 30 likes, you guys. I think we can do it. So make sure to like the video, and like I said, if you click more under the description box, you're going to find join Discord down here, and the way you can claim your VIP role is very simple. You either use the Pionex link, or you either use the Bluffin link, or if you're registered on Bluffin already, you can just send me your UID and you can have the VIP access for free, you guys. Of course, you need to produce some sort of volume, but you guys know that, I don't need to tell you. So what's most important for S&P 500 and actually all the other you know, majors is to understand that you have this bullish candle inside this bearish candle. Now, usually with this sort of pattern, if you get a bullish candle straight after, like, this is most likely going to mean that we're going to make a new all-time high. Does that make sense? Like, this is according to the Japanese candle patterns, if that makes sense. We're not seeing that currently. We're seeing the day dropping down, but obviously New York hasn't opened yet. So I'll be paying very close attention, because if this candle defends the bullish haram inside candle, whatever you call it, that is going to be a very strong indication that we might be popping up for another all-time highs. Gold for me today is at a very interesting level. This is my extension at the standard deviation 4.5. So this is an area that I would usually be interested in gold exhausting to some extent, right? So for that, you need to be watching on whatever time frame you can. In our case, potentially we can use the 4-hour time frame. So you know, actually no, not even the 4-hour time frame. That's so annoying. Let's see, 1-hour time frame. Yes, so on the 1-hour time frame, we already have some sort of confirmation on gold to take a short, which is very, very interesting. So let's see if this is going to manifest. Then you'll be looking at something like this to retrace down here. How far? How far? Potentially, it's actually very clear. You'll be looking to get an extension down to the current support at $4,000, and you also have one more potential support at 4,000. This is on a 1-hour time frame, so these are the ones that I'll be looking out for if the gold short plays out today. Again, very high risk, because gold has been absolutely insane, and you know, I'll be careful because a lot of the big analysts are giving some very, very high targets for gold. All right, so these are the things that we need to be paying attention for. Is gold going to reverse? Is US going to is US going to open bullish and going to defend this bullish candle over here, which might mean that we're gonna get new all-time highs? Yeah, I wouldn't dare short gold. Yes, I understand. I completely understand. But again, I'm looking at the technicals, and for me, this is what makes sense. All right. AVAX. Okay, cool. So you guys make sure to put your requests just like Mr. Blake did. Okay, so we have Hype, AVAX. What else? We already did Aster. You guys are chilling, so we're gonna look at AVAX to start with, and then we're gonna look at Hype. So very clear level defense over here, $20 on AVAX. Everything was looking fine, but you guys know that we had this liquidity left down at $20, so we've been discussing that. You can't say we didn't mention these things. So yeah, did we make really a new low? Did we trade below the zero? Yes, we did. So this is a little dangerous here, right? This is a little dangerous because we did trade and create a low. So the only positive thing on AVAX is that we have the $65 as liquidity. So I'd like to keep that bias for AVAX. Let's see if they're gonna get approved for ETFs and stuff like that. But a lot of resistance on AVAX, to be fair. Maybe we can get rid of this one. Maybe we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. So yeah, going back on the daily, the support at $20 is very clear. So from here, with this drop again, coming up into the resistance of the daily supports, or SR flip, whatever you want to call it, you'll be looking into either beating that level right now and then rejecting again, or you'd be looking into retesting the $20 level, right? Retesting the $20 level, or retesting the wick potentially at around $17. So these are pretty much the scenarios I'll be looking out for. What do you think is more important for your trading, body closes or body wicks? So Viches, I think body closes are very important. Wicks are also important. So I do tend to check both depending on the price action. But I think someone made a valid point. Is this wick super valid, right, from the liquidation? I can't really confirm. I don't think so. What I think is the bodies were way more valid for this liquidation than the wicks, because I can see on multiple charts that the bodies protected levels, right? So I think that was that is more important in this case. This must be a daily thing, better than coffee. It is though. I just stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you guys. Maybe it's a bit too often. Yesterday we had crazy views. Yesterday we had like over almost 80 people live here with me. And actually when I stream on a 100K channel, I don't get that much more views. I get like maybe 90, which is insane because we only have like 2.5K following. We don't have 100K following. So I don't know. You know, maybe we're not doing that bad. But what else is there to check? Let's check ETH BTC real quick as well. Yeah, ETH BTC is also doing fine. The balance price action is confirmed right now. So the retest of that level is actually quite nice that we're seeing right now. the reaction from it, right? This is what's called balanced price action. I will teach you all these things, you guys, in the course when I make it, because I haven't done anything on it, to be fair. So again, sign up for the course wait list so you guys can get the best prices. I haven't made the course. I'm not in a rush to make it, besides everyone begging me to do it. But yeah, I'm not desperate, you know, because the thing is, I have to expose everything that I'm using for my trading, and then I have to give it for like very cheap for everyone to get. It's like, it also hurts me a little bit, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, all these years of you know, knowledge for me. But anyway, and then if I put it for like crazy price, people will be like, oh my god, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I don't know, it's just, it's precious. But yeah, balanced price action here on ETH BTC. Also, technicals are not always that correct on ETH BTC, but they tend to work most than not. Stop being arrogant, blocking people when they communicate. Who said that? Who said that? Did someone say something? We do have a bot, by the way, to do these things. So yeah, I haven't done anything. Check SOL BTC. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let's have a look on the weekly. Oh wow, that's crazy. The rejection here was quite clear. See, that's not a chart that I would see that often. Probably not at all. But let's evaluate a little bit real quick. Nothing really on the weekly that we can pay close attention to. But yeah, is there a reversal pattern? Probably, yeah, most probably. Most probably, actually quite clear. The top was here in March, and then we had another top, hold on, 2024. Then we had another top in January 25. And how did we perform this year overall? Yeah, it is kind of a clear reversal in my opinion. Quite nice reaction, to be fair, from a level that I would consider important. Potential retest, maybe, I don't know. But for this for this, you are looking to break this level. So that would mean 0.019720. Martian Earthling, I blocked you on Discord. Really? Did I? I don't remember. See, the thing about Discord is if I get 1 or 2 complaints about the members, I tend to block them or ban them, because the community is just not you know, not vibing with you. So it's nothing personal, Martian Earthling. PYR, let's see. I don't know what LTC is doing actually. We can have a look at that as well. Nothing. PYR is doing nothing, and I don't know if it's going to even do anything. Yep, it's just not something that I'm interested in at all. Sorry, mate. I can't waste my time with coins that just don't matter. All right. Well, LTC has defended the buy zone that we left from before. That's not too bad. We haven't taken the liquidity, so that gives some hope. Daily levels of retests, probably in the form of a wick, I would say 88.44. So for these kind of things, Martian Earthling, really? You messaged about the government shutdown and it was a conversation and I corrected you and you agreed. No, it wasn't that. I remember that. I was totally fine with that. It must have been something else. It must have been something else. But that's fine. We can revoke your entry if that was everything. I highly doubt it, because I remember that conversation. That was totally fine. And it was not really a correction, really. I remember. It was not a correction. Yeah. No. We just had a discussion. It was not really a correction. Okay. But even if it was, like, I'm totally fine with it. Like, it must have been something else. Okay, so yeah, this is LTC, like I said, 88.44. So here, there are some more levels, again, to be watching out for, just in case we start dropping like crazy. Again, we're going to be looking at, let's just mark them just in case, right? We're just going to mark them just in case. To know our levels. But again, with these sort of things, I think the bot trading is going to be absolutely perfect. You guys, Goedemorgen, Gentine, Goedemorgen. So yeah, by the way, you guys, go ahead and check the Pionex bots deals. If you've got liquidated, honestly, if you register KYC2, you'll get $50. And if you deposit, they'll match your future grid deposit. So that's pretty awesome. And I've made a video on YouTube on how you can use the grid bots, right? You can go in my videos, like not the live section, but videos. It's called New Edge, where I educate you on how to use the grid bots. So go ahead and check it out, because with the altcoins, I think the grid bots are ideal because you stack a lot of positions on a very low leverage. Like I say in the video, I tell you guys, I don't use more than 3x leverage for the altcoins. Very, very important to do that, right? On the grid. And then we promised to see hype. Hold on one second. Today I'm a bit out of it. The bots are doing good so far. I'm very glad to hear that. So yeah, hype also protecting levels. It's looking fine, to be honest, with you. So again, 35.7 for a retest. I'll be happy with that. On a 12-hour time frame, in case of a further drop down, you're probably looking at $24 for a retest. Yes, Martian Earthling, send me a DM on Discord. I'm not sure what happened. Honestly, like, genuinely, I have no idea. It was the only one that didn't got liquidated last Friday. Yeah. Jeza Grush dich. I love you too. You guys are more than welcome being here. Again, make sure to come on Discord. Like I said in the live video, let's have a look. In the live video, what you need to do is make sure to smash the like button. I'm going to check how many likes we have. 44 likes. We need at least 12 more likes. And then make sure to join Discord down here. You can get your VIP role. Super, super simple. The instructions are on Discord. If you're using Pionex, with your Pionex UID, you can get VIP. If you're using Bluffin, you can get in by that as well. Chinemariam, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm kind of sad that we don't have the numbers that we had yesterday, but that's probably because I didn't do my hair, which is very unfortunate. Everyone's here for my hair, not for my knowledge, I guess. Oh, well. Watching the end of the live. Yeah. You guys, do you want a quick summary or something? Let's have a look at what Bitcoin is doing. Currently disrespecting the first support. So yeah, we're probably going to retest the 110k. That would be, I think, more likely. The women are here for both. Yes, so that's what we're looking at. I think retesting that. But yeah, the bearish bias today was quite clear in the opening. Like I said, Bitcoin no entry, but ETH was kind of giving an entry and potentially is going to show a little bit more strength. But yeah, I would like to see ETH exhaust to at least the V-shape retest. Honestly, I think that would be good for a reversal. So I'll be placing some bets down here. SNX, yes, we were looking at SNX. It looks actually quite nice, to be honest with you guys. So again, in terms of entries and stuff, maybe you'd be looking at 1.3, 1.3, 1.4. Just put a 1.4. I think 1.4 is a good area of retest. And then we have another one here on the daily, 1.227, that I'll be looking out for. And then worst case scenario, you come at 0.789. So that's maybe a few entries, assess the leverage and everything. But yeah, to chase at least 3.7 over here. I think it looks very good to chase 3.7. And then if we're lucky, $8 on that. So I think that's one I have my eyes on. XRP, the carnage is real for XRP, but like we said, we have some levels of support over here. But yeah, unfortunately, if you want to be conservative, you have to wait for XRP to beat the daily support/resistance at 2.83 before doing anything. Does that make sense? And I think if you haven't liked the video, make sure go ahead and like it. We need at least 10 more likes. You guys, if you're new here, make sure to come on Discord. That's when I do my daily live updates, and that's where all of the amazing traders from my community are sharing lots of insider info, lots of trades every single day. So yeah, I highly recommend you guys join Discord for all of these reasons. You won't be wrong, and you can get your VIP role super easy by just using one of these two links. All of the instructions you're gonna find on Discord for that. Okay, and if you want my trading indicators for all of my levels, you guys make sure to check them as well. They're here, developed by Lux Algo. I've made a video on them as well. So yeah, I highly encourage you guys to go ahead and check all of these things. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Martian Earned League, yeah, definitely send me a DM and I'll sort you out for sure. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.